Namaste Gurukulians, I hope you all are fine and safe, and today we are carrying the same chapter which we were discussing earlier, chapter 10 of your EVS book. The name of the chapter is the Southern Plateau, and in the first part of the video, that is in the first video, we discussed about the physical features of the southern part, the Deccan Plateau, the Southern Plateau of India, and in that I told you about the Eastern Ghat, Western Ghat, and I told you about the rivers, different rivers like Mahanadi, Godavari, and where Krishna and Kaveri, where they flow, and the rest of the features, physical features which were left in the chapter to be discussed, that I am carrying in this video. And so let's start. Let's start about the rest portion which was left of the chapter. Earlier I told you about Mahanadi, Krishna, Kaveri, Godavari. These rivers, they flow, they originate from the Western Ghats and they go to the east side and they fall into the Bay of Bengal, and these are known as the seasonal rivers. I told you earlier also. These are called as seasonal rivers. These are called as seasonal rivers. Why? Because they do not originate from the snow-capped peaks. That means they have water because of the monsoon, and they are totally dependent upon the monsoon for the water in the rivers, and that is why they are known as the seasonal rivers. Okay. Now two more rivers I am going to tell you is two rivers which do not originate from the Western Ghat, rather they originate from the east side and they go to west side. Okay, they go westwards. Okay, which are these rivers? These are Narmada and Tapti. Let me write down here: Narmada and Tapti. Narmada and Tapti, these are the two rivers which originate from which side? They go to the westward direction. Okay, they go to the west direction. That means they originating from the east side. And which ocean is there in the west part? Which ocean is there? It is Arabian Sea. So they go to the west side and they fall into the Arabian Sea. So where they fall? They fall in Arabian Sea. As soon as you people will understand that what is the difference between these, you know that we have three oceans. Okay, you must know that in which region or which area which ocean is located, where is Bay of Bengal, where is Indian Ocean, and where is Arabian Sea. So as soon as you will get to know about their locations, the things will get clear to you automatically. I told you about the eastern and the western Ghats. Firstly, you should know about the four direction: east, west, south, north, so that you may be able to judge the location. Like I am telling you that Eastern Ghat, that means they might be present. They are present at the eastern side of Indian map, if you observe. And at the western side there are Western Ghats. So one more interesting thing that I want to tell you before Eastern and Western Ghat, I want to tell you one more thing. Two rivers I have just told you, these are Narmada and Tapti. Okay, apart from two main points I told you, some rivers are going from west to east like Mahanadi, Godavari and Tapti and all, and two rivers are going from east to west. Okay, which are going to the which ocean? They are going to which sea? Arabian Sea. And three more rivers are there. Three more rivers, they are going northward. They are going north direction and they are joining Ganga, river Ganga. So which are these rivers? These are Betwa, Son and Chambal. So these three rivers, these are going in the north direction and these are joining river Ganga. Okay, and one more interesting thing I want to tell you that I told you about Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat. In the south region, we have the highest peak. Okay, the region where these Eastern and Western Ghats, they both meet, these hills are known as Nilgiri Hills. Okay, so Nilgiri Hills. These are the hills where eastern and western Ghats they meet together, and there is a hill which is considered to be as the highest in the southern region. This is known as the Anai-Modi hill, and it lie in the Annamalai region. So the name is Anai-Modi. Anai-Modi is the, so in Annamalai hills, Anai-Modi is the hill which is considered to be the highest in peak, and it has the like height of 2695 meter above the sea level. So 2695 meter above the sea level. Fine. Now moving further, this was all about the physical feature of the southern plateau. Okay, some we discussed earlier in the previous class, some I discussed now, and that's all for the physical features. Now we are moving on to the vegetation and climate of this region. If we talk about vegetation, means what kind of vegetables or what kind of crops are grown here for us to like, if you want to know about the crops, so you must know about the soil in this region. As I told you, there is a variety of climate here. It's totally dependent upon the monsoon. There are eastern Ghats, western Ghats, some plain area, some like hilly area. So there is a variety of soil present here. At some part there is black soil, some part there is red soil also present here. So there are two soil present, red and black soil. So red and black soil, in the most of the region the soil present is black. In most regions black soil is present, which is very good for the cultivation of cotton crop. And if you talk about the red soil is very good for the cultivation of sugarcane, groundnut and millet. Fine. Now moving further, like some areas are covered with the dense forests, and this thick forest they provide timber, they provide very good resources for human being, and there is also cultivation of tea, coffee in some of the region, and some of the regions are very good and they are rich in the mineral sources. Fine. So as you people, I told you that what kind of things are present in this region. I told you about the forest, I told you about the cultivation of the crops. So this might have given you a brief idea or a rough idea about the kind of work people do here. If you talk about the climate and occupation here, okay, first let me tell you about the occupation. As I told you that here crops are grown, so that means that most of the people are farmers here. Okay, so most of the people do farming here. And secondly, as I told you that this region is also rich in the mineral sources, so that means that most of the people they work in the factories, they work in the industries too. Fine. So they lead a good life. If we talk about the climate, the last topic of the chapter, if we talk about the climate, so the region where rainfall is there, that means the region is going to be a moderate one. So it is not too much hot, not too much cold, and it is a moderate region where temperature is moderate. Okay, and particularly if you talk about the monsoon, so monsoon here it is from June to September month. Fine. So this was all about this chapter, the southern plateau, and I hope the things are clear to you people. And if you have any kind of doubt or question, we people are like here to discuss, and we are regularly giving you doubt classes. We are asking you questions, so please be attentive and please concern your messages and doubts in the either in the WhatsApp group, or you may ask in the class also. Fine. So till then, take care, be happy, and we'll meet in the next class. Thank you so much. Namaste.